Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is August the 2nd, 2020. Strong hand, long-term thinking. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. Apex predator. One Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. Offended by selling. Unconfiscatable long-term thinking. No fancy sets or graphics here. Hello, my elite friends. Check out Friday's This Week in Bitcoin show and yesterday's Beyond Bitcoin show at the backup channel. Subscribe to that. DisruptMeister.com will get you all of those shows. Follow me on Twitter, TECHBALT. That's TechBalt. All right, so last night was a wacky when I was about to do, and hello, elite friends. Thank you. Someone already contributed in the super chat. Taval said, "Go Leafs, go." He sent $5 Canadian dollars. Thank you, Taval, for all the support. I also want to thank someone who sent Dash in June. I don't know if I thanked that person yet, but you can support me with the super chat. You can get my attention, ask questions by putting in BitcoinMeister or doing a super chat. And there's all sorts of ways to support me below. Also, the best thing you can do is just retweet the show, dudes. I appreciate it. And Taval, have fun with the hockey up there, dude. Have fun. I'm glad people can be distracted with sports again. It is it's better than worrying your life away, people. Whoa. All right. So last night I'm about to do the Beyond Bitcoin show. I was happy because Bitcoin. I was going to say my classic line: another day, another 2020 fiat high. Pound that like button. And indeed, when August the 2nd started, in the East Coast, Bitcoin was at $12,000, you fiat freaks, and everyone was happy. And then, bam, what the heck happened there, brothers and sisters? The Bitcoin price crashed $1,400 in like 5 minutes. I went live with my show anyway because it was the Beyond Bitcoin show, whatever, man. But it's not surprising. We've seen things like this. The only thing that was weird, it was a Saturday night. No one is working. I mean, they're not even back to work in Israel yet. It still was like it's Sunday morning, 6 a.m. in Israel or something like that. Okay, so no one was working around the world. It was a pretty dead period of time, and I don't remember a Saturday night was such that late on a Saturday night on the East Coast was something that wacky happening. With such a huge price drop like that. But it reminds us it can happen at any time. All these gamblers got liquidated. That's why you don't gamble and you play these borrowing games on the exchanges. It's so ridiculous. And I think a lot of people felt some pain because of it. Now, it crashed $1,400 and then it jumps right back up $600. I mean, and I'm going to actually mention that right now. Someone said, "This is a fantastic sign. If true, Bitcoin can swallow massive volume without blinking." Yeah, it's true, dude. It's true. Like, it didn't go down the tubes completely. We're in the 11 freaking thousands, dude, and people change the goalpost. Okay. You don't get in that troll mentality and be disappointed and start saying, "Well, you see, it crashed." I mean, we'll talk about this in a second, but the trolls were saying it was going to 7,000, it was going to 9,000, and it goes down to 11,000. They're doing a freaking victory lap. Long-term thinking, dude. It's all these impulsive numbers. But I do want to remind you, speaking about 9,000s again, it can very well get into the 9,000s again. Okay, we have not left. I mean, of course, we're in the 5-digit realm mindset. Pound that like button, 5-digit realm. I forgot to say that at the beginning of the show. But it could still get into the 9,000s. Now, there's going to be a point in time when it will never return to the 9,000s. We'll never return to the 4-digit realm again. We're one day closer to that. And you may remember back in November 1st of 2016, that is when Bitcoin basically left the $600 realm. Okay, no more. It was playing around that $600 realm for some time after the halving of 2016, and then November 1st, it was the point of no return. Now the question is, using the 210,000 block theory, using 46 months, which is the rough estimate of 210,000 blocks, is September 1st, 2020, the new November 1st of 2016. Will September 1st be the will that be the date we never see the 4-digit realm again? It's very possible. It's very I mean, that would completely mimic the everything's cyclical. It would mimic the change we saw on November 1st of 2016. So I'm not going to predict that. It's something to keep in mind that we're not out of the $9,000 woods yet. I mean, what? And that shouldn't bother you, okay? Because you're in this for the long term, 2024 halving, people. But September 1st, let's see. We'll see if September 1st is the real, like, total uptrend. I'm totally bullish. Not I am, but, some random dude, just bullish Maximus, as it was in November 1st of 2016. That's really, we never look back at starting on November 1st of 2016. So maybe September 1st will be the new November 1st. Okay, I've said enough about that. Let's sum it up with this Simon Dixon tweet. U.S. printed more money in 1 month than in 2 centuries. Remember that, people. Don't value your wealth in dollars. The United States printed more money in 1 month than in 2 centuries. Puts it in perspective. Thank you very much. Hair got crooked there. Now, Titan Boss says, hello, my Lee friends. Hello, Titan Boss. Good to see you. 123 No Scope said, 4 years ago, people would have never pictured the price crashing to 10,500. I watched it crash, laughed, and bought more. Just wait until Bitcoin starts having 10,000 daily candles. Yeah, I've been looking forward to that day for quite some time. And you're right. You're right. 4 years ago, that people would have been like, if you would have said, hey, it crashed to 10,500, people would go crazy. Now, dude, I give you credit. If you were actually able to pick it up last night for 10,400 or whatever it dropped to, I mean, it was only there for a few seconds. Then good on you, man. You got some cheap Bitcoin. All right. And happy birthday to my buddy who was born August 1st. We were texting back and forth last night, and I was telling him you might get a $12,000 Bitcoin present real soon, and he did. But he was like, Adam, I wanted to drop. I want to acquire more. I'm about to get a bunch of fiat freakage money, and I want to convert that into as much Bitcoin as possible. So I want that thing to go back to 9,000. Well, he sort of got his wish. It got back down to the 11,000s. All right. Oh, look, it just hit 111111, I think, or it ended with a 9, but I'll just say it was all ones there. Ooh, spooky, crazy. Ooh, it was predicted by the Bowie bot. People from Maryland are the only people who pronounce David Bowie's name David Bowie. We have a problem because there's a city in Maryland called Bowie. All right. Hope you like that information. I've shared it before. Now I just lost my place, so let's get back to the show here. Now, so we had a wild Saturday night, but Saturday was the anniversary of UASF and user activated soft fork. And Tone Bays had his show celebrating. I was invited to be on the show, but it was on Shabbat, so I could not be on it. I linked to it below, and I sent Anders in my place, and you'll see Anders was on it. Best guest in the freaking space on This Week in Bitcoin show. So I'm very confident to send any of my guests over to Tone's show to take my place. And so Anders is a great guy, and he brought a lot of people in LA together when he was doing his events. Hopefully he can do events in Century City again soon enough. Of course, any type of event in Los Angeles is now like outlawed, apparently. Fascist government. Now, and the panic prison that everybody is in the state of California and in many other states in the United States and countries in the world. Now, so yes, I remember the user activated soft fork date pretty well. I've mentioned this a few times. This will be the last time I mention it. I was flying from Brisbane to back to the United States, so it was a complex multi-stop. I wasn't too worried about the. I mean, there was a lot of talk also about what is Roger Ver going to pull off? What's going to happen with his fork? I was thinking a lot about that. I remember the Bcash. I don't know if it even had a name yet. Did it? I think it did. It was about to happen. Also, these were all. It was all the same. The same basic premise. You know, the people. The regular Bitcoin people did not want a fork. The regular people wanted SegWit. There were many interests that wanted SegWit 2x and wanted their own coins, et cetera, et cetera. So there was a lot going on at that time. There was all sorts of drama. Jihan Wu, let's say his name. I call him Rocket Man Wu, but now no one even knows who he is anymore because he was huge then. He was such a big player. So many people scared of him, put him on a pedestal. And now we look back on that and we just smile. And so those are things I remember from then. Brisbane to Honolulu to New York, and then a bus to freaking Baltimore. and it was a good time to be alive because Bitcoin got a new all-time high after everything was settled. It was in the 3,000s for the first time, and my life was changed for the better forever. I was very, very happy guy, and very proud. And I remember talking to my parents about it. It was great. So yeah, that's what I remember, and I'm glad Bitcoin Magazine had a memory show yesterday. So if you want to learn, if you weren't around then, but guys, you know, we can have big smiley faces on our faces when we think about the past like that. Indeed, it was fun, but dude, the future is brighter. Golden freaking age. You know, $3,000, 4-digit realm. That's just a thing of the past, you fiat freaks. What we're entering such a realm right now. We're entering this 2021 realm. 2021 is the new 2017. Pound that like button, baby. So yes, it's good to share memories, but the future is. You live for the freaking future. You don't live for the past. You live for the future. Stay healthy so you're around in this freaking future. And we definitely miss the people who could not see this awesome future, who were around back then. But dude, you balls to the wall, people. Take it. You live your life hardcore, baby, and it's going to be great. Golden freaking age. All right, now. So yeah, $1 billion was liquidated. $1 billion liquidated. People lost their Ethereum and their Bitcoin. Just remember, Ethereum, people value their wealth in Bitcoin. That's what they put on the line. They put their Ethereum on the line. That's what got liquidated. That's what caused, that was all the fun from last night. So enjoy it. I hope you did not get liquidated. I enjoy the roller coaster, okay? Because I don't get liquidated because I hold my own Bitcoin, all right? And I don't do ridiculous. I don't have exchanges and play freaky games trying to predict the future. Whatever you gamblers do on these exchanges. I don't know what you do. Okay, Robert Breedlove really puts it in perspective. Pay close attention. It's linked to below. Everything I talked about is linked to below, including the stories about the liquidation. If you want to read more about that, that was a freaky Saturday night. I gotta say that'll go down in history. But it will be eclipsed eventually, of course. So Breedlove says $1 today is worth more than $1 tomorrow. Okay. A Satoshi today is worth less than a Satoshi tomorrow. Buy Bitcoin because math. All right. This is very, very true. Dollar keeps losing value. Bitcoin keeps gaining value. Deferral of gratification when it comes to that Bitcoin. You do not want to be spending that Bitcoin. All right. It's worth more tomorrow than it is today. The dollar, you want to get rid of those things as quick as freaking possible. They're losing value. You turn them into Bitcoin. That's what I do. My fiat that I get, I never turned it into any other coin but Bitcoin. All right. And of course, I have never sold any of my Bitcoin for fiat. That's just going backward. I'm about forward. I just told you, I'm about the freaking future. So I hold on to that my hand is strong as I got one of the strongest hands out there. There's no doubt about it. I mean, if you watch the show long enough, I've been saying the same thing for quite some time, and I've been living that freaking strong hand life, baby. And yeah, keep on doing it, people. Now, if you want to be on Bitcoin, my other channel, subscribe to it. I had a show about RFK Jr. on, what was it, Wednesday or Thursday? So that was a bonus. You people who listen at sportsmeister.com, you got to hear that you get everything delivered to you. The podcast people don't know the difference between the backup and the real channel, and neither do the BitChute people, where I am BitcoinMeister at BitChute, and I am what am I at Parler? I'm BitcoinMeister at Parler also. Yeah, of course, I'm BitcoinMeister there. So follow me over on Parler if you need alternative BitChute and Parler. I'm there for all the people that scream and cry about the traditional social media platforms that are so evil, apparently. Okay. Yes, it was Alex, and This Week in Bitcoin was Alex, Phil, and Neil. They were great. Alex was hilarious. He talked about Bitcoin being Fight Club. So watch that if you want to hear more about that. Always fun stuff. So yes, the trolls are doing the move the goalpost technique. The bears who were calling sub 7,000 at $9,000 are now doing victory laps at $11,000. That's what and Whale Panda said that. That's moving the goalpost. They also do that in the mainstream media with the, flatten the curve. Then they change, oh no, we didn't really want to flatten the curve. We wanted to just get rid of it. You know what I'm talking about. Don't fall for that move the goalpost. When people try to troll you, when people try to scare you, make them keep their word on what their original goal was. Don't let them move the goalpost. Second highest monthly close ever. The month is an arbitrary way of looking at things. I mean, you could say this is the highest it's ever been on the 5th of a month or something like that. You could pick a random number. It's still good. You still should be happy, you fiat freaks, that this was the second highest month close ever. Whatever it ended up being in the high 11,000s. So yeah, be happy, but it's somewhat arbitrary. We're one day closer to an all-time high. How about that? That's a better way of looking at it. Let me see if we got more people. Vention is in the house, dude. You got to give us some more updates there, dude. And Vention, I'm very curious if they're giving you a meal plan to follow, and just in your show, if you could mention that, because it seems like you're buying random stuff down there, and that might not be the best idea. Like ask them what you can eat, because I don't know if the hotel is totally coordinated with the place you're getting treatment at. But Vention, you're looking good. And he says, yep, I used my money from selling the house to pay for the cancer center. It's a heck of a sticker price, but I'm convinced it's working. Well, dude, yeah, I'm glad you spent that fiat. Well, I mean, you're in a situation where you got to spend whatever it takes to take care of your cancer issue. That you're in a situation now, whatever it freaking takes, and you got to be as strict as freaking possible down there. So I don't know if they've given you listed foods or what they've said is kosher for you. I would follow it strictly. Just do not go against what those whatever meal plan they put you on. Do not strive 100% stick with it. So we're all thinking of Vention, and he's in great spirits. Watch his channel. And we want more updates, dude. The videos have been great lately. Adam, is the Bitcoin Club 20? Adam, is the Bitcoin Club 21 a real thing? Does it exist? John Virtshore asked that question. I don't know. What is the Bitcoin Club 21? It's like a certain. If you have 21 Bitcoin, you get to go to a club. I once proposed that everyone that there should be a group of people that list their public address where they have 21 Bitcoin that they never move, so they can inspire people. And I talk about Bitcoiners who are no longer with us. Thor. I called him Thor. He liked that idea, I remember. Actually, Tone, I think, liked that idea too. But of course, Tone is still with us. Pound that like button, and we missed Tor out in Los Angeles. He was a great Bitcoiner. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know what the year 21 club is. I once proposed that everybody that had the super strong handers out there just formed a club and said, hey, this is my address with my 21 Bitcoin at it. You can see I'm never moving it. And that would inspire other people like, oh, wow, if they have 21 Bitcoin and they never move it, they're awesome. And I came up with this idea back in, when Bitcoin was like around $600. So now if you showed you had 21 Bitcoin, I mean, people would be like, dude, that dude's got a lot of Bitcoin. back in the day, I was telling people get 10, get 21. Craig Shipp says all the time. Craig Shipp loves to bring up how I was telling people, shoot for 21, shoot for 21. Now, again, it's the one Bitcoin show, so shoot for one. That should be your first goal, definitely. And then, of course, get up to 21, get up to 100, get up to whatever. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, Vention is staying at the all-inclusive resort. And many restaurants here, but Monday and Saturday I eat at the cancer center. Yeah. Food is ultra healthy at the resort. Okay, but do they? Does it have 100% seal of approval of the center? That's what I'm saying. And John says, yeah, and I'm glad 6 out of 7 days of the week you're eating at the center. That's great. Yes, it's supposedly for people who own 21 Bitcoin or more. Might be called 21 Million Club. I don't know, John. I'm not a member of this club. I am not a member at the club. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Invention points out logically that if the cancer center is closed on Sunday, which it is, he's got to eat somewhere. So at a super healthy place. And so if the hotel is super healthy, well, who knows what you could do? I mean, you could just, there are a number of things. You could just buy a bunch of organic, or you could fast every Sunday. Or I'm just throwing this off the top of my head. I'm giving you health tips here. We're getting beyond Bitcoin stuff. Or you could get coconut or cold pressed organic coconut oil and just eat that on Sundays. I don't know. All right, but just I'm not trying to give you any. You follow what the center. You're paying a lot of money for that center. Do as they say. Do follow their protocol. 100%. 100%. All right. Okay. So hey, dudes, this is what you get on Beyond Bitcoin too. I talk about diet and alternative lifestyles. Vention, definitely, man. He's living the dream. He quit his job and he got so much Bitcoin he can do what he wants to do, and now he's saving his freaking life. It's important to save your freaking life, people. Pound that like button. And of course, Vention would tell you is that he's in his 50s, and start when you're young. He didn't start the healthy lifestyle when he was young, so it's better to start young than at this point. But it's never too late. Never too late. It doesn't hurt. He lost like 100 pounds, dude. So it's awesome. Now, let me see. So let's talk about let's go back to March the 12th. Let's have a flashback to March the 12th. And I'm going to talk about Bobby Lee in a second, people. So hold your horses. March the 12th was the day that everything crashed. The Bitcoin price crashed. I think it also was on the 13th. And a lot of us loaded up on Bitcoin that day. And I think it's going to become brutally obvious one day quite soon, that time frame was such an important time frame in the history of individuals. Okay, if you were truly an individual or you're a collectivist, okay, because it was right then when so many people were panicking and begging for the government help. Oh, we need checks. Oh, save us. Oh, tell us what to do. Tell us how to be healthy. Tell us which way to go. And that was what the majority. That was fitting in then. Fitting in was overrated then. If you did the opposite then and bought Bitcoin, you probably changed your freaking life that day, okay? Because so many people went down this dependency path that day. It was a fork in the road in society. That week, that day, whatever you want to. Some people, a small minority of people were like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not worried. I'm not panicking. I'm sticking to my guns. I'm getting more Bitcoin. And then the majority of people were like, oh, write me a check, government. Oh, I am indebted to you. You are awesome. Please save the world. And I am going to be your fear servant for the foreseeable future. So it will look real. And those people who became more of government servants that day, they're going to be the first ones in 2021 saying it's unfair. How can all those people have Bitcoin? All those people have Bitcoin is because they didn't become a servant on March 12th. They went the opposite direction and they bought Bitcoin. Who knows how much the Bitcoin purchased on that day for in the 3,000s, in the 4,000s, in the 5,000s, in the 6,000s is going to be worth in 2021. Who freaking knows? If you're watching this in the future, and you get a big smile on the face. Well, unless you're one of those, I don't want to talk about. Unless you've followed the Bill Gates protocol. Anyway, okay. So let's move on here. So people are yelling at Bobby Lee again. Okay. All right. They don't like Bob. They hate Bobby Lee so much. They're so envious of Bobby Lee that when they insult Bobby Lee, they have to bring up his brother too. They got to bring up Charlie Lee and say that they're both villains. Okay. So Bobby Lee's got his Ballet crypto wallet, which he's about 1 million times now. He's been on my show. He says it's for beginners. You learn how to use it, then you transition to something more difficult. Okay, it's supposed to be for beginners. He's a freaking multimillionaire. He doesn't want to steal your private key. This isn't some big scam he has set up. It's a business. He is an entrepreneur. Okay, you might not like his business model, but calling him a crook, calling him the criminal, saying that he should be canceled, it shows your envy. It really shows your envy. And there's plenty of people out there that are people that are members that love to just send people to the Bitcoin Inquisition that are all up on Bobby Lee now. I mean, they will be nonstop. He should be, he's unforgivable, and his brother's unforgivable because he's his brother. I mean, they take it to this extreme ridiculous level. And Bobby Lee is just going, he's a businessman, okay? And he says over $21,000 in bounty to hack my 2 Ballet crypto wallets. He says, One, I show you the encrypted private key. You guess the passphrase. 2, I show you the BIP38 passphrase. You find the private key. So I mean, he's willing. People are saying that he's got a scam, and he's put a challenge out there to people. Okay, if it's so easy to hack, then hack it. He'll give you $21,000. All right. Most of the people, all of the people screaming about this, you're not beginners. Yes, it isn't it's not as good as a Trezor, obviously, but there's people that he's trying to get new people into the space. It's a temporary solution for people. He's not stealing from it. It isn't a scam, and it's just for a lower level of he's doing a good thing. I think he's getting new people into the space. There's different, compete, don't complain. If you think you have a better idea for a beginner wallet, go make it. Instead of crying about canceling him, crying about his brother, being freaking envious and jealous, like you're a freaking no-coiner. You guys sound like the no-coiners. You sound like the people who became government servants on March 12th. You're embarrassing yourselves. But hey, personal responsibility is a new accounting culture. It's just Twitter, and you can do whatever the heck you want to. But you people who love this purity and Bitcoin Inquisition stuff, to me it's a ridiculous point. And I think I love people who create, like Bobby Lee, like Charlie Lee. They don't complain. They create and they compete. So complainers, go compete, go create, or you're just nothing but you're very similar to the no-coiner statist, who are just envious people. It's the scapegoating, the envy, these things that collectivists do, that these supposed Bitcoin individuals are doing, throwing toward Bobby Lee. It's sickening. But hey, that's my take on it. You guys can do whatever the heck you want to do out there. All right. I'm no fan of scapegoating and complaining. Now, 123 No Scope said that day where Bitcoin crashes to 3,800 was one for the history book. So it was March 12th, whatever, 13th, whatever. I picked up 1 Bitcoin that day and got my girlfriend to buy 0.1 as well. Told her to think, dude, you got one. That is so. I got 1 Bitcoin that day. I got 2 Bitcoin over that time period. And so, dudes, doesn't make that. Well, every Bitcoin counts. Every Bitcoin counts. But for you, dude, who knows what huge of a difference it will make in 2032 for you. And Invention says, well done. Any fiat in the bank is going to lose value over the next 12 months or so, to say the least. That's why I burned through the vast majority of my fiat rather than spending BTC. Yes. Now, of course, Invention, when someone's Invention situation, if they burn through all their fiat and they haven't cured their cancer yet and they still have to spend stuff, yes, it's all right to spend your Bitcoin at that point. We're talking life or death situation here. Life or death situation, you have no fiat left, you spend your freaking Bitcoin. That's why it's your insurance. It's a newfangled insurance policy. It's a newfangled savings account also. And it is good to see Yanni Berger in the house. Yoni. You see, I know how to pronounce it correctly without the Baltimore accent. And I do Anyway, okay, let's go. But I hope everything is awesome in Tel Aviv. I guess it's the middle of the night in Tel Aviv now. I wish I was there, but yeah, that's life. Travel restrictions. Okay. Now, because I think according to my original plan for this summer, I would be in Tel Aviv right now. Yeah, the life happens though. Okay, moving on. This show is taking a while, but it's a fun one. It's a good one. Pound that like button, people, and spread it on Twitter. Retweet this on Twitter. It's been a fun show. I've had a great time. I love the questions. Now, and it's always good to see Vention here. Coinmetrics. What is this? Introducing Coinmetrics Trusted Volume Framework. Okay, they have everyone complains about the exchanges that they lie about their volume. All right, and many of them do. And Coinmetrics has come up with a new way of, well, trying to prove that these exchanges have legitimate volume. There's a noise in the background that's annoying. And introducing Coinmetrics Trusted Volume Framework. As of June 2020, the passing exchanges for trusted spot volume include Binance, Bitbank, Bitfinex, Bitflyer, Bitstamp, Bittrex, CEX.io, Coinbase, Gate.io, Gemini, Itbit, Kraken, and Poloniex. All right, dudes, love them or hate them, Coinbase, their numbers are legit. Their numbers are legit. And if so, they're always a good source for the price, for a lot of information. Not surprisingly, HIT BTC is not to be trusted with their volume. The report is linked to below. And finally, some ladies actually said, we're pumped to present the Bitcoin Zine, a powerful, lighthearted community publication on the spirit of Bitcoin. Today, we're releasing the Genesis edition. Check out the thread below or download the PDF here. I link to it below. It's different. It's something. They're creating. It appeals to, I think, a different type of person that you usually don't appeal to in the Bitcoin space. Artistic, fun, ziny type of stuff. So good for them for competing and not complaining and being very creative with what you can do in this space and showing that you don't need to be a tech head. You can do things in the Bitcoin space. It doesn't matter if you're technically skilled, artistically skilled, marketing skilled. Be creative. Think of something. It's a growing space. There's so many opportunities. This is a golden age. I'm just seeing if there are any other questions here. I don't think I skipped any. I mean, there were a lot of, if you didn't type in BitcoinMeister, I didn't see it. Sorry, dudes. All right, dudes, I am out of here. I'm Adam Meister, the BitcoinMeister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember, subscribe to the channel, like the video, pound that like button, bang that bell button. You get a new show here every day. Thanks a lot, guys. I will say hi to all of you in the chat right now. Bye-bye.